everyone, it's me Ryan here back for another edition of the Great Valley Sports Show.
Yes! Yeah! Woo!
We've got a lot to get into, so let's just jump right on into it. So first thing on the agenda is to talk about the Eagles, because while they're not playing any games, they're still very relevant in the media. Why? Because they're trying to trade Carson Wentz. And at first they tried trading him for way too much and nobody wanted him because he played like a bum. And now the Eagles have lowered their trades and more teams are starting to get interested. So will he get traded next year? I mean, he might with Zach Ertz, or he may very well not get traded at all, and then he'll have to stay with the Eagles for another year. Another person who may have to stay with the Eagles for another year is Howie Roseman, even though his approval rating is at an all-time low. A lot of Eagles fans, aka me, want him gone. But oh well. And another team that's not playing yet, they're still in the media, is the Flyers, and their reason is because they all have the Rona. That's right, the Flyers have not played in over a week due to the coronavirus, but assuming everything goes well, they should be back on the ice tomorrow as they face the Rangers, and then hopefully Sunday as they face the Bruins. And that's really the only news that there is for the Flyers. Because they haven't been playing any games, nothing really new to talk about, and their position on the leaderboard therefore hasn't really changed. Moving on to a team that has been playing, the Sixers, and while they have not been playing that great. On their final 3 road games, well, they lost all of them. So why did the Sixers lose these games? Well, the first one, which was against the Trailblazers, I mean, the Sixers don't really play the Trailblazers that well, and we lost a close one there. Then we had to play the Suns, and the Suns just absolutely outshot us, so we lost that game. And then most recently, which was Monday night, we were going up against the #1 seed in the NBA, the Jazz, and once again, they outshot us and just outplayed us. And as for that game against the Jazz, I mean, the Jazz shot what, like 18 threes? I mean, that never helps. And then Joel Embiid was out due to some back tightness. Ben Simmons had a really good night, but even with all that help from Ben, still was not enough to beat the Jazz. Although not everything is bad for the Sixers, as they are still on the top of the Eastern Conference standings, and now they have a little bit of a home stretch. Tonight they're playing the Rockets, and then Friday they're playing the Bulls, with Sunday and Tuesday against the Raptors. All of these games will be great opportunities for the Sixers to get back into the win column. So the final piece of news of this sports show is this week's Black History Month player, and that is Willie Mays. So why did I pick Willie Mays? Well, I wanted a baseball player, but I also didn't want to just do the most popular one, which would have probably been Jackie Robinson. So I wanted to do someone who was also great, yet a little bit less celebrated. Playing for the New York Baseball Giants, which would eventually become the San Francisco Giants, as well as playing for the New York Mets, Willie had a great career. Now, if you were a non-white back in the day, you were going to surely face a lot of racism, and Willie was no exception. Yet despite that, he was able to put up a lot of really good numbers, with over 3,000 hits, over 600 home runs, over 1,900 runs batted in. He made the All-Star 24 times and was inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame in 1979. Being known on the field as the Say Hey Kid, off the field the Say Hey Foundation was created in his dream of giving every child a chance by offering underprivileged youth positive opportunities and safer communities. So Willie Mays is this week's Black History Month player, and that is all we have time for this edition of the Great Valley Sports Show. Make sure you tune in the next Wednesday. We're going to get more Sixers action, we're going to get more Flyers action, we're going to get another Black History Month player. But until then, goodbye!